Tonight, as some tourists in Florida are preparing to evacuate, next door here in Alabama, tourism officials are celebrating another successful summer. Other numbers for this year won't be available for some time. The totals from 2022 are quite impressive. It's a story that drew Alabama Governor Kay Ivey to Baldwin County today. NBC 15's Darwin Singleton was with the governor at the Grand Hotel. Darwin, the governor has good reason to be enthusiastic.
She does, Kim, and here's why. Tourism dumps huge amounts of money into the state's general fund, and nearly 40% of that comes from right here on our Gulf Coast.
And here we are to celebrate another successful year of Alabama tourism.
It's the kind of public appearances that governmental leaders are eager to attend. Today, Governor Kay Ivey was at the Grand Hotel in Point Clear to offer up the latest numbers at the annual Governor's Conference on Tourism. In Alabama, tourism isn't just a side dish, it's part of the main course.
This industry is a key factor in Alabama's economy.
Those of us who live along the Gulf Coast already understand what an impact that tourism makes in our lives, but to really appreciate how it affects the state of Alabama and the general fund, all you have to do is take a look at the numbers. In 2022, more than 28.5 million visitors came to Alabama, and the governor says they expect that number to increase this year. And they brought plenty of spending money with them, $22.4 billion. All that business translated into jobs, an estimated 238,741. And a huge chunk of those jobs and that cash can be traced back to Alabama's Gulf Coast.
The Gulf Coast is definitely a major player in the economy.
But success has brought growing pains, as evidenced by the recent battle over building a new bridge into Gulf Shores, a project that was recently shut down after opposition from owners of a toll bridge in nearby Orange Beach. Well, another court ruling has put that project back on track. Are you glad to see construction restarted on the bridge?
Oh, definitely. That's great for Baldwin County and for the state as a whole. I'm real proud that the government in Alabama can get back to building roads and bridges, and the courts can stay in their lane.
Do you think they will?
I sure do.
And as more and more tourists set Alabama and the Gulf Coast in their sights, it has the state's director of tourism looking at something too. Car tags. Why?
There's a car from Idaho that's parked next to me here at the hotel. And I would love to meet the people from Idaho and say, how did you hear about the Mobile Bay area? How did you hear about this amazing Gulf Coast? The only challenges here are where we're going to park and where we're going to have dinner.
So you can see why the state's overall budget takes a big hit when tourism is down. The BP oil spill and the COVID pandemic are two prime examples of that. Hurricanes could do that too, as parts of Florida are about to realize just days before Labor Day weekend, which is of course the last big tourist splash of the year. Kim?